I think I can say that in some way, shape, or form, all of us have experienced having a bad day. Right? Yeah, we can all say that we've had a bad day. Whether it's a particularly hard day, things just weren't clicking, there's just a weight or a heaviness or a fogginess going about the day, the excitement's just not there. And notice, like, when we're having a bad day, like, everything is harder, right? The simple things that normally wouldn't bother me when I'm having a bad day, like, they get at me right in just the right kind of way, right? Everything just seems so much harder to get through. When I don't have the drive, I feel the discouragement, I feel the weight of kind of trying to get through whatever I'm trying to get through, right? Think that discouragement is one of the enemies, one of the devil's favorite weapons to use against us. Because he knows if he can discourage us, if he can make us lose hope, if he can make us feel like there's no point to this, there's just a futility to it, it's way easier to give up following the Lord. Not just this kind of like positivity kind of hope, but hope, which is like, I know there's something good that God has in store for me, and I want that, right? Hope is something grounded in the truth. Like, for example, heaven. I don't just think of heaven because, like, I hope it all gets better one day. I'm not ever the optimist. Like, no, heaven is real. That's a good that I desire, and I'm not there yet. I want to get there, and God wants me to be there. And so that hope for heaven, for example, is going to continue to propel me to go forward. The mustard seed. Jesus said, the smallest of all the seeds. Now, granted, seeds don't think, they don't have thoughts, but if a seed did have thoughts, I imagine the thoughts would be something like, you're going to grow into that kind of tree? Don't you see how small you are? You think you're going to become that? You think you can overcome that struggle? You think you're going to one day, you think you can grow that much? There's no point. Why do you even try? You're just going to always be the smallest. It's kind of almost a playful example, but the principle holds true. Those questions are primed and ready to hook us. The devil, he knows us. He looks for our weaknesses, and he's got those little temptations ready to go right where he knows they're going to sting. Right where he knows they're going to go through the armor to try to hit us. There's no shame in experiencing that. Everybody experiences that. I'm not going to do it, but if we all raised our hands, I believe that we would all have our hands up as experiencing that thought in some way, shape, or form. The devil's smart. He knows that he can't tempt us if he's not going to tempt us with bad things. He's going to try to hook us to believe things that seem true about ourselves, right? I think I've said this before, but I had a spiritual director who liked to speak in all these rhymes. He said that one of his phrases that he would say is that expectation leads to desolation, right? I'm supposed to be at all these things, and I'm not. And so when I'm not, I'm discouraged. And God's not here, and I'm alone, and why do I keep going? When we don't see it, he does. He sees the huge tree that's inside of that little seed. He sees the full picture. And he is always working to bring that to completion. St. Paul said in the second reading, we walk by faith, not by sight. That doesn't mean that I just blindly, like I'm a blind ignorance kind of thing. I ignore what I see and just hold on to this false optimism. But what that does mean is that I hold to the reality of who God is, who he's revealed himself to be, and like I hold on to that.